I am Bob Gutman. I'm the founder and director of the Center on Politics and Foreign Relations, which is putting on this event today. I started the center last year with a senator named John Kerry, who was a leading candidate to be president, and he spoke here, and about 2 weeks later he decided not to run. So hope this is not like being on the cover of Sports Illustrated being negative. But anyway, we have a popular candidate now. So I just wanted to say we're having, through the next few months, we'll be having other presidential candidates, presidential advisors, journalists. We're having Senator Joe Lieberman in about a month. He's not a candidate, but he was. We're going to have Barack Obama. We're going to have Mitt Romney. We're going to be having all the other candidates. So stay tuned to our website, and we'll let you know who's coming. Today, we're very pleased to have Republican presidential candidate, Congressman and medical doctor, Ron Paul as our speaker. As I was saying to the congressman, usually when we send out invitations, people write, yes, we will attend. I must say he has a hardcore of followers. People say, yes, I will attend, and then tell you in 20, 50 lines why they like Ron Paul. So I've been very surprised.
Thank you.
So it seems to be a phenomenon out there that's kind of breaking through. He did well in the Maryland straw poll. He's done well in other straw polls. He is a medical doctor who represents the 14th Congressional District in Texas. He's a libertarian, devoted fan of the Constitution. He stands out at the Republican debates, if you've watched them, for his outspoken comments against the war in Iraq and against American involvement abroad. Congressman Paul is a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee and also an author. Although I went to 4 bookstores yesterday and couldn't find your new book, so you need to get a better distributor. I was going to hold it up here today.
It's been sold out.
So his book is out, and I also want to say I watched him last night on Bill O'Reilly, and unlike Bill O'Reilly, Bill O'Reilly didn't seem very fair or very balanced. So we will not interrupt his speech. He will get to speak for the full allotted time, and I will not interrupt him, and then we'll take questions from the audience. So, ladies and gentlemen, presidential candidate for 2008. Ron Paul.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very nice to be here, and it will be much different than last night. It's a real delight to be able to at least talk about the views and not be interrupted. But I understand if I give a 15, 20-minute talk, something like that, then we will be taking some questions. I have to apologize a little bit because I'm probably going to run to the door shortly after that because I have an airplane to catch. But this is, to me, a very important subject. I was delighted to get the invitation because it's probably the most important issue going on in this campaign right now, and that has to do with foreign policy. But it's always been an important issue, sometimes more so than others. Unfortunately, it becomes important after we get into a war that is lasting too long, and it looks like we have dug a hole for ourselves, and it seems to be endless, and then the people seem to get interested after it becomes very expensive and a lot of people die. Of course, my idea over the years has been always to try to prevent this kind of problem from emerging. And I am very much aware of what has happened in my lifetime because I do remember World War II, and I remember that war was declared, and I remember it didn't last nearly as long as what's going on now or as long as Vietnam. And it makes one wonder, why is that the case? And I've come to the conclusion that we get bogged down in no-win wars because we go to war for the wrong reasons. I think that's the real problem. We haven't declared war since World War II. We haven't really won a war since then. Yet a lot of killing's been going on, and we've spent a lot of money. And very simply, if we have the rule of law, we should only go to war according to what the law says. And the law says that only Congress can declare war. The president doesn't have the authority to do this. Vietnam, there was no declared war. In Korea, we went to war under a UN resolution. That's a sacrifice of U.S. sovereignty. At the same time, it's an undeclared war. And, of course, we still have troops in Korea. And it was a disaster in Vietnam. 60,000 Americans were killed, and probably during that period of time, more than 1 million, some people even estimate 2 million Vietnamese were killed. And yet today, we have a totally different attitude toward Vietnam. It more follows what was advised by the founders of this country, and it goes more along with our Constitution for non-intervention. We not only talk to the Vietnamese, we trade with the Vietnamese. The president of Vietnam comes here and visits, and we invest money over there, and we're not on the verge at all of being in conflict with the Vietnamese.